is the vlogging slash documenting. So why Gary V I think has mentioned this, but I really agree with it. And I think everybody's life is so different and unique, and vlogging about it makes it something. Sorry, I thought someone was at the door. Vlogging about it, there's always some uniqueness to what you do, and like nobody has the same combination. And if they do, it's rare, and even if they do, it doesn't really matter that much. But like for example, if someone like me is a dunker, if any one of the dunkers did everything I did, vlog, podcast, they're going to have different branches of interest or different ways of producing things or different styles. So even if they do everything that I do, no one does what I do. I produce all this stuff. Forget it. Even if they do like everything I do, it's going to come out different. It's going to still be unique, and it's going to be fun to watch. And I love watching other people in their journey, whatever they want to do. I think it's because it's inspiring to me, and it's like if I see somebody consistently working on something, it makes me want to consistently work towards my stuff, and it's also insightful to see like their mindset and their thing. So I think like anybody that wants to achieve something, documenting it is helpful. And here's another reason I thought it was really helpful, because I feel like when you document, obviously you can analyze it afterwards, like after a few weeks, a few months, you could figure out like what you did good, what you did bad, what you learned. But like by the actual act of documenting, you'll get more organized, and by getting more organized, you'll be more efficient. So for example, by documenting, if I want to like produce 3 videos a week, did my camera just shut off? Damn. Give me 1 second. And we're back. I don't know why my camera shut off. I hope it didn't lag. That's another thing. I'll get into it after this. So what I was saying was, by pushing yourself to document or make a video or 3 videos a week, you may not have all the time in the world. So you have to become very efficient at it, or make a plan so that way when you execute, you can execute efficiently. And that's kind of what I'm doing with this podcast. Is like I don't have every single day I could podcast. I only have certain days of the week or certain time periods, or if other things I have to do. And it's like, if I have all these topics laid out, I can get to it. I can kind of pick a time when I have everything organized and then hit the podcast. If I have like 1 or 2 topics, I'll wait till I have like 3 or 4, something like that. And it just like forces you to become more organized, which in turn leaves you to make better progress faster. And you learn about your process and what you're good and bad at. Like, for example, I learned I love producing these things, and that might be another thing I like. Like, somebody might try to set their own thing up, and they really can't stand the thought of trying to set it up, make videos, because I love videos and I love listening to podcasts, so I love to make my own. I'm just like that. Just I was saying with me and my sister, it's like when I see things that I really enjoy consuming, I want to create them. She just likes to consume them. She doesn't really have any desire to create them. Very interesting to me. So anyway, by documenting, it's motivating as well, because every time you document, you learn something, and you can also look back even just a week or 2, and you'll probably have improvement. And by seeing progress, it's really good motivation to see some progress. And more on documenting is like, just like it forces you to be efficient, it forces you to think about what you need to document. And by thinking about what you need to document, it might change your focus and then make you realize you need to work on something. So I know that was kind of like vague, but like if you're trying to make a video a week or something like that, you may realize, okay, I need to think of topics, so I need to figure out what my goals are. And if you didn't do the documenting, you might have not thought that you needed to think about your goals, or, because if you want to share your goals, like short-term, long-term goals, you might not have thought that you needed to share. You might not have thought of your goals short-term and long-term unless you started documenting, and the act of documenting got you to start thinking about your goals. And then you actually write out your goals. And then by writing them out, you map them out. And then by mapping them out, you achieve them. And that's the point. That's what I wanted to hit on. And I think that's really, really good. And really helpful in the process. And what was the other thing about documenting that I was going to say? Can't remember. See, that's why I need it written down. But documenting is great for just a myriad of things. It's so great to be able to look back as well. Like, there's nothing better than seeing like times, like if you really document like really detailed, and you like, for example, like today you start and you say, I don't know how I'm going to get to this point, but I really want to do everything I can to get there, and like try to capture that mentality, not that mentality, but that thought, like you really don't know how you're going to do that. And then if you achieve that thing and you'll be like, wow, I really didn't even know, then the next thing you do, I feel like I've said this before, but the next thing you do that you have that thought of, I don't know how the hell I'm going to do this, you'll realize like, look, I've done this before. And it's really great. There was something else I was going to say about documenting. Dang. I have some advice, some tips. Don't worry, be honest. It was about building. So anything you want to build, I feel like documenting does that. So it's not just like for vlogging and documenting like through videos and things like that. I think it's just building anything. And I think if you want to build towards anything, it's not going to happen without documenting. Even if it's just like taking notes every day, it's really hard to keep making progress if you don't have the documentation. And like, even if you're like, it's hard. It's not as easy. And that's kind of how this podcast got organized as well, because I was trying to make progress by just getting better at talking. But now I'm kind of documenting as well by writing these things down. I know what I talked about. I know that I covered these topics. I know, you know what I'm saying? So it's helping in every way to just build whatever you want to build. It helps to keep documenting. And I think I'm fried on that topic. So that's pretty much it. But the other thing I wanted to say too, more on that, is that it helps you figure out what you're doing and like your interests. And I've had some friends too that don't know what they want to do. And I was thinking about that. And it's great when you document because you can find your strengths. I'm still on documenting. How many times can I say that word? When you document too, you find your strengths. Like maybe you document in a more efficient way when you video or write things down, or straight audio, like you give yourself reminders, or your visual, whatever it is. You learn about your strengths. You learn about yourself. And my advice for people that don't know I think you should be striving to do what you enjoy, and also like share happiness and share like love for people. I think that's what everybody should be doing, but also achieving what they enjoy. I think it should be a balance, and just do what you enjoy. But if you don't know what you even enjoy, I think my point is still spinning. Back to still spinning is you need to enjoy this life. That was another part of still spinning I forgot to say, is that we need to enjoy this as much as possible too, because we don't know what's going on and we're literally just still spinning. So just try to enjoy things more. And I try to tell my friends, like, do more things that you enjoy. And if you think your life is going like the wrong way, or like you don't like your job or something, try to focus on something you enjoy, and you can make that your career. It could be anything. Gary Vee says this a lot. I'm not going to go into it, but you can make it in some way. You can monetize it in some way. You could train people in something you like. You can become an expert in it. You could just read books for a living by giving reviews. Whatever it is, you can figure out how to do it. And even if you can't monetize it to be your full living, you can make it something you do more often than you work. So you work 2 days a week and you do something you enjoy for the other 5, math. But you get the point. And if you don't know what you enjoy, I think you should at least improve yourself. So you can always make progress to yourself. You could always eat better, work out, keep your body right, work on your brain, work your mentality, and just improve yourself. And then by doing that, just like we were saying with the documenting, it'll lead to other things. I'm not going to get into that. I'm sure I've gotten into that before. But the point is, at the base of everything, I feel like you can improve yourself or improve your situation. Even if it's, no matter what it is, it's just small steps. But improvement will help you feel a little bit better. Just small little things and wins and things like that that help. Oh, small wins. That's something I didn't have written down. New book I'm going to be reading when it comes out. I think it comes out Aubrey. Comes out April 17th. I said Aubrey because it's Aubrey Marcus's book. Own Your Day, Own Your Life. Own the Day, Own Your Life. Something like that. I'm really excited for it. He's got his own podcast. He's very into health and mind and body and spiritual type things. And I'm super excited for it because he basically gives you like a whole day's layout of like the perfect way to live a day. And by doing that, if you just try to do that daily, not that you do the same thing every day, but you try to hit all these points of all the aspects of your life through in just one day. Just break it down into one day. You can try to own your life that way, because if you just try to do things for the future, whatever it is, it's going to be really interesting. And I can't wait to get that book. Aubrey Marcus is his name. He's got a podcast too. Check it out. And I can't wait to get that book to read it, because I'm getting sick of this history one I'm reading, but I'm almost done. But I think it's going to be really insightful. It talks about health and diet, and also like training and mentality and all these different things. And I think it's going to be super interesting, because I heard him on a podcast actually, and he was explaining how he put as much effort as he possibly could. He put 100% in it. There was times where he didn't have to review it anymore, but he just extra reviewed it so he can feel that he put everything he had into it. He did as best as he possibly could. And I thought that was really cool. And yeah, so if you don't know what you enjoy, just try to improve yourself, because no matter what you're doing, even if you don't know anything about yourself, you could always try to improve it. You could get healthier. You can get stronger, in meaning like mentally or physically, or you can just even like spend more time learning about yourself. Just try to learn about yourself and improve yourself, and try new things. If you feel like you're tip-top shape, tip-top Magoo, as Joey Diaz says, and you're perfect health, and you have a lot of money, and you have everything going for you, you still don't know what you enjoy. What was I about to say? Try new things. That's what I was going to say. Try new things, and then try to learn about yourself. Just friggin' do it. I don't know if you have that much trouble with it, but I feel like people are just lazy.